Hey everybody, Kevin here, and I want to do something new. 2 weeks ago when I was on vacation, I had this idea where I want to share different advice, because every time I'm either out to dinner with my wife or I'm talking to somebody here at WeWork, I always am put in a different position and say, Kev, if you were me, what would you do? Instead of doing a traditional Q&A show, what I want to do is actually put myself in your shoes. So you are the higher education student affairs professional and you are in charge of marketing, or you're the college student trying to find a job, or you have a side hustle you're trying to look to take full time like I did 3 years ago. What I want to do is spend the next 2 to 3 or 4 minutes each episode and answer your questions, but completely raw and on the spot. And so we have Bryson over here. Now we have the team in place. We have Bryson and Kai behind the camera. We have a stack of about 20 or 30 different prompts of being able to put yourself in me being able to put myself in your position. And I'm going to go ahead and randomly pick one and give you 2 or 3 examples of what I would do if I were you. So let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna just shuffle them out here. So I will pick this one right here. Nonprofit executive director, very fitting here in DC. There's a lot of associations. And I was in charge of marketing and telling our story, which I would assume that goes back to probably bringing in money, getting awareness and publicity, and growing membership or some type of organization. What I would actually start doing is I would start internal first. So I would try to find the stories of our internal team and of our membership, whether that membership is 50 people or 5,000 people. I would find those stories and literally use video, written word, audio to tell those stories in micro content every single day. So for example, if you have a committee that's in charge of one certain area of your association, I would document the work that they're doing, even if that means they have to film themselves on an iPhone and get it back to your office. I would do it that way. Second thing that I would do is, instead of doing a traditional email newsletter, which you can obviously still utilize, but I think there's obviously so much clutter in your email inbox, especially for your members, I would switch it to doing a weekly Facebook live show where you give the update of the week or update of the month. So trying to do this once a week or 2 to 3 times a month, where you talk about the pulse of your association, the pulse of your industry within your association, and what's coming up. The way to take that to the next level is I would interview guests, and that could be your committee members, that could be your staff, that could be other people that are influencers and experts in your industry. I would go out and actually interview them. Do this through Facebook Live with an iPhone and a little Gorilla Pod here that I'm using, and you can stream this all over the place, and I guarantee your engagement will go through the roof. The third and last thing that I would do is I would try to share and grow your own personal brand through your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook platforms, but also documenting and sharing your story, especially through long form written word. So I gotta assume if you're a nonprofit director, you have pretty big credentials, you have a lot of experience, you've been in the field for a while, I would actually be the one that writes blog posts and tries to get them cross-promoted in different publications or get them put in different areas like medium.com. So using long-form blog posts in those 2 areas, as well as putting them up on Facebook and writing them right there in Facebook instead of linking out, that would be the last thing that I would do, is try to actually grow your brand as the director, the face of the organization, and share your thoughts and opinions and expertise in that industry based on what's happening in the news or in your space. Those are my 3 ideas if I were a nonprofit director trying to tell our story or enhance our marketing. So this is an experiment. We're going to do a handful of these episodes, but I would love for you to like, comment, share, subscribe. But most importantly, if you know of a nonprofit director or somebody trying to get into that space, I really think these 3 examples would really go a long way, and they might really get a good idea here and run with it. Again, tune in next time where I pull out a random card and figure out, if I were you, what would I do? Thanks for tuning in.